Okay, so now we've scaled our floor plan and it's the correct size. I'm just going to do a real quick tape measure on here just for peace of mind that what I do here should be matching up to pretty much what we've got there, and looks pretty good. 3,300. All right. Drawing is scaled. Now, next what I'm going to do is just to create some geometry. I'm going to get my rectangle tool and I'm going to start zooming in on some of these elements, and I want to use the really dark black lines here, and I'm going to try and pick on the corner and then go all the way over to the other end of my project. And again, I want to keep on with these black lines on the wall here, so I'm just got my attention focused on being on the perimeter of that dark black line, and I'm going to click on there. Now I've got a rectangle in place. Now I should point out that I have grouped and tagged this. I've grouped the JPEG. I do need to tag it. So over here I can see I've got no tags. I'm going to create one called JPEG and enter. And then when I click on the JPEG, I'm going to go to Entity Info at the top of my default tray and select JPEG. So now I can hide my background image if I want. So I do need to have that functionality. So make sure we group tag add JPEG. And next, we have our rectangle here. And what I might do straight away is just before I've drawn. Actually, no, what I might do is carry on drawing my the remainder of my lines. Now, what I can do is, if I need to see underneath my lines, then I could hide my sketch, and that shows underneath what is there, so I could gain that information. Now, under hidden geometry, under view hidden geometry, where is it? Unhide. So edit, unhide, last or all brings it back. Now, something I have done, I've done a little bit of a calculation here, and I've worked out that our wall thickness is 90 mil thick, and that is by using this dimension minus this dimension minus this dimension minus this dimension gives me one wall thickness. I'll just hide this so I can see one wall thickness, another wall thickness, and I noticed this one here starts off on the inside there, so 3 wall thicknesses. So I think it left me with 270 divided by 3 gives me 90, and we have our wall thickness determined. So that said, I'm going to go edit, unhide, last, and bring that back, and I'm going to use my offset tool to create my exterior walls. Now, I can just click and drag and bring it inside and then drive this with a dimension. So I'm going to enter 90, so you'll see that in the bottom right hand corner of your screen when you do that, and enter. And that has given me my wall thickness. Alright, so next let's, I might even, for the sake of this, delete this inside surface. So I do still have my geometry around here, around the outside. You can see that that is still there. And then I've got my other walls to draw in, followed by separating my floor areas maybe. Okay, so I'm going to not group and tag anything on this floor plan just yet. Next, we do have this measurement here, and it looks like it goes from the inside wall there. So I'm going to get my tape measure and use my guidelines and snap from the inside surface, because that is where that one is from, and just drive it 1200 and see where that ends up. And because we've scaled correctly, it ends up right on the line that I hoped it would. Next, I'm going to look at any other dimensions I've got. This one here is another guideline 90 mil from there, so let's go 90, enter, and then let's go 600 from this guideline, 600. Okay, so we're starting to get a bit of a picture here, and then this wall over here, we probably do need to go back this way, 90. Alright, so I'm starting to get my guidelines there that I need. And then let's have a look. We have from the outside line here, 1,800. And then from that one, 90. So we've got our wall there sorted as far as guidelines. So the only other wall here is this one here that I need to work out. So let's just snap a guideline from there, and I'll just bring it out, and by eye place my first guideline. And then for my next one, I'm just going to use the standard 90 mil measurement that I've been using, and we're starting to get all the lines we need. So now I think I could begin to use my line tool. My guidelines will help me. Work my way around. Now for these awkward little bits here, we're going to have to go by eye because there's no dimension on it. And what I want to do is look at my dimension down the bottom right hand corner, and because I'm close to 50 here, I'm just going to keep these nice and round numbers, and I'm just going to type in 50, enter, and that has driven my line to there. So I'm going to snap over to that one, come down here and snap to there, and then I'm going to work out, okay, so 100 takes me to about here, so I might just keep again a nice round number, and let's go 100, enter, and then across back to here. So I've gone 50 in one for one of the nibs, and then 100 for the longer one, and back over to here. Okay, now as soon as I've done that, everything else gets whited out. So I'm just going to click on that surface that filled in and hit delete again, and then just confirm. If I go over here, we have those two and that small little line there. Now if I delete that line, now I can see all my exterior walls and internal wall is 1. Now I can see this little nib here. I want to do the same thing. Come out 50, so 50, enter, across, back, and again it's filled in all the space. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that line, and it's all coming up as 1. So next I'm going to go across to my line over here. Guidelines are there. Okay, so this has a predetermined amount where it comes across, and it looks like a sliding door of some sort. So I might just go to the wall here, and let's have a look. What dimension are we at? 1000 is about there. I go 1050, 1050. Again, keeping the numbers pretty round. Click on that surface, delete that line, and that's looking pretty good. All right, we'll go over here. What are we looking at here? 1422. So maybe I'll go 1400. Across and back. Click on that, delete it. Okay. Line tool. Dimension we have here is about 7. What are we looking at? 8. So I might go 800. And across and back. Delete that surface again and delete that line. Okay, so I just want to tidy up one last thing here with the walls around the outside. Basically a line from here through to here, and one from here through to here, and then I want to click on that, delete it, and then delete the inside line there, and click on this, delete it, and delete the inside line there. So I still got my border that goes around the deck. I can see that, and I've kept this wall that goes along here because that is actually a wall on the drawing. And now if I click on this surface, the walls light up together shaded. Now the next thing I need to do is add a tag called walls over here under tags, and then I need to double click on this surface to get the surface plus the edges to light up, right click, make group, and then under that tag them under walls. Now just to double check, I can turn my walls on and off now, and I can turn my JPEG on and off now. Okay, so with that, the next thing we're going to look at is floor surfaces. So I'm just going to draw a line that goes from here to here, and I want this to be shaded as one surface for that floor covering. I'm just going to trace this around. And there we go. Next, so I can click on that. Now I'm going to add another tag. Bathroom floor. And then this here, double click so I get the surface plus the edges, right click, make group, and then under entity info tag it under bathroom floor. And just to double check that's worked. Okay. Next, I want to create a surface for this floor in here. So I'm going to get my line tool and just trace this around. Maybe I'll go inside the robe as well. Back over to here. There we go. And double click on it, surface plus the edges, and make group. And then over here, create another tag called main floor. And if I click on that group that I've set up there, main floor, tagged it. Okay, cool. So you've got that surface done. And then there's a few options we can do with the deck here, but I might actually just show you the easiest option. So if I get a rectangle tool and click on that to there, double click on it, make group, and add tag, and then we will put it under deck. So I should be able to turn everything off here and everything should disappear. Okay. Cool. All right, so now we have our walls grouped and tagged, our floor coverings grouped and tagged, and it looks like we're ready to do the next stage, which is begin to pull up the walls in the next tube.